All right. Good to see you guys. Those of you who are jumping back on for the super secret training, all on what are the steps to truly build a coaching career and leave your 9 to 5. So, this is a training that is not going to be recorded. It's not going to be on the replay page, but it's only for those of you who are here live. So, let me know you're here live. I want to know that. I want to know your name. I want to know what the desire of your heart is, what 9 to 5 you have right now, and when are you hoping to transition? When are you hoping to transition? Because leaving your 9 to 5, it's a little bit scary. It feels safe until it's not safe anymore. So tell me in the chat who's here so I can know. And we're going to deep dive in to the super secret training on the 3 steps to transition out of your 9 to 5. So let's dive into it. Good to see you guys all jumping back in. So this focus of the super secret training, and just so you know, those of you who are really committed to growing your coaching business, you're going to want to kind of leave time because I've got a super secret training on Monday and on Wednesday too. Monday is all around financing your coaching career. So that's going to be pretty powerful too. All right. So let me pull up my notes here. I just want to make sure I don't miss any of them. So first of all, let me see who's here. Currently writing a book. Hubby is holding everything down. I love it. Put your name in there too so I know who you are. Erica, I up and left mine already. 428 as a leap of faith. There is financial stress, but I was slowly dying. I'm so eager to get off the ground with income. Erica, first of all, I'm so proud of you, sister. It's like burn the ropes. Let's go, baby. So I'm proud of you. I'm so glad that you're on this free training, and I hope you're in the VIP room. We in our coaching certification, our focus is to get you to that place where financial stress is not an issue. And we're going to talk about this on Monday, where we have a process called Coach Launch Formula Insider Certification that we release is immediately. Why? Because you need to build the finances. And so we're going to talk about that more on Monday, but I just want to let you know, because you wrote that you burned the boats, that in the certification, we have this Coach Launch formula that is literally exactly what I did step by step. So simple that I didn't do anything different until I got to 7 figures. And then I got fancy. And so it's a way for you to multiply clients quickly. And so that's something just to know about. We'll talk about that too. Linda's retired by work, but with people, but like to quit her 9 to 5. Lillian wants to quit her 9 to 5. Okay. Hopefully I'm saying this right. Is Omesha? All right. So here's the super secret training. We're going to dive into what should I be thinking about? What should I be doing? What should Eric, I love that you said that. Actually, you can. We're going to be talking about that in the super secret training tomorrow. Exactly how you can do that. So there's some things that just most people don't know about that are available for people to get the training that they need so that they can fly, right? So make sure you're there. Make sure you just take advantage of all this training and really get catapulted. All right, so let's dive in. I want to keep this brief, bright, and powerful. Ready? Awesome. All right, so step number 1 to transition out of your 9 to 5 is you got to have the number. What is the number that you need to replace? If you're making 100K a year, I'm just throwing a general number out there, and obviously insurance, if there's other benefits that are in there, what is the number? So I want you to just think about that for a second. What is the number? Because a lot of times we think about it on such a, when I get to the marketing range, 6 and 7 figures. No. Let's find what your specific real number is when we've hit replacement income. Does that make sense? So I need to know, number 1, what is the number? I got to have the number. So let's say I was making $100,000 a year. And if I multiply that out, that's $8,333. And let's say I add a $500 on top of that for insurance and benefits, or maybe even, just a little bit more. Let's round it up to 9,000. So, okay, when I hit 9,000 in reoccurring coaching revenue, I know that is my number to have on a sticky note that I'm staring at. And then we'll talk about how many clients and what that means and all that. So have the number is step number one. So what is your number? What's your number? Like, let's not pretend. Let's actually do this thing. Deal? Because I told you, I don't take a stand for coaching hobbyists or impatient people that have been chasing marketing strategies and wondering what's wrong and think they know everything. I'm standing for you that wants to create the coaching business of your dreams, that you're done being in the 9 to 5. And we've got to get you this plan. So let's just be real. What is the real number? Is it 5,000? Is it 9,000? Not what you want. We're going to move toward that, but we got to get your number down. So let's just put it in the chat. So 60,000, I'm assuming that's a year. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. We're all different people. So if I do the math on that, that's about $5,000 a month. That's about $5,000 a month. So now you know your number. Everyone else that's in a 9 to 5 right now, what is your number? So Erica's like, I need to get to about 10K a month to know that I have, like, they're equal. Here's my 9 to 5 that I believe is safe, unless you ask people that have been laid off all of a sudden overnight by a text that's going on right now. Okay, I love it. You're like, I need to get to 10K. That's my jump ship moment. And then ultimately on to 30K and above. And we're going to talk about that on Monday. How do we market that out? And on Wednesday, how do we sell high tickets so you can get there fast? Lillian knows her number is 6,000. Marcy knows her number is 2,500. What is your number? You're all doing it, but I want you to write it down in your notes. And you get the workbook. Make sure you write it down in that notebook. And for husband and you. Awesome. And then I'm going to encourage you, Lillian. Oh, he's about to get late. Never mind. I was going to say, I'm going to encourage you to replace yours, take the jump, and then start working on his. But if he's about to get to laid off, let's focus on that 6K. All right. Say yes if you've got your number. Put yes in the chat. Because again, I'm showing you the steps. I'm not just giving you fluff, right? I want to give you now that you know who you serve, what you're going to get them and the results. Now I got to get you to where that, like, you know, when the leap point is. All right, everybody. Yes. I'm getting lots of yeses. Awesome. Okay. Number 2 is you've got to know the right way to coach. Now, if you've been in my community at all, whether it's on the podcast or in my free groups or anything, you've heard me say this probably so much. But the number one mistake that coaches make that keep them without clients, remember, what is the thing that people are buying? Coaching or results? Tell me in the chat. What are they buying? Coaching or results? And what most struggling coaches do is they just tell them what they did and hope it works. Or they'll see, oh, I saw somebody using NLP and I'm going to use fancy shifting language and hope that it sticks. Or they're going to say, well, here's all the things that worked for me. I hope they work for you. Or there's even other coaching models out there. But unfortunately, those coaching models kind of stop halfway in terms of getting results. Telling someone that you're having this result because you're having this thought, just change the thought. Well, if you could just change the thought, if you had the ability to do that, you would have done it already, right? So would your clients. So knowing how to coach the right way, which is what we do teach alongside how to build the business inside our certification, is vital. Because here's how it goes. First, you know your number. Then you know how to coach. Once you know how to coach and you have your number, then you apply what I call Coach Launch Formula, the process I use to get to 7 figures. 4 steps, super easy. And we do that from day 1 in the certification. Why? Because once you start to get 1 client, then that 1 client becomes 2. And here's the key. You get them the results they came for. Here's the great news. You ready for the great news? I'm going to ask you a question before I even give you the great news. Who in the room feels like, oh gosh, like I want to coach, but the selling part of it makes me a little nauseous? Like, truth be told, the selling part makes me not Like, I just want to stay as a hobbyist because if I have to sell, I feel kind of slimy. I don't know. Like, I just don't know how to. It's kind of not so fun. I'm not sure. It's kind of gross. And we have that kind of like used car salesman vibe, like you're coaching and you're serving, and you're like, I want to sell to you now. And you feel really okay. So a lot of you are saying yes. So we're going to change that on Wednesday next week. But as you go in, get certified, you know the right way to coach, and you've learned Coach Lunch Formula, 4 easy steps, and you're following through and you're doing that. By the way, 100% of those that have followed them have gotten to that number that you just did in step number 1. Isn't that awesome? Before they finish certification. That's why tomorrow's super secret is going to be important. If you're like, I don't have the money to get certified, yes, you do. And I'm going to show you how. So don't let that worry you right now. While we're talking about how you leave the 9 to 5. So when you get certified, you know how to get the results. That's what they paid for. Nothing worse on your confidence than to go and say, I hope I get you a result. I might be able to get you a result. If you do everything and you think like me, it might work. That's a horrible ding on your confidence. But when you know to get the results and you have this Coach Launch formula, then what creates results creates this is what the secret was, I was going to say, creates raving fans. And hear this is the coolest thing, that sell your coaching for you. Like when you give someone a result, the blessing of that is you're the light that helps people get a result, and those people go and tell other people, if you want this result, you've got to work with my coach. And by the way, your vibe, who you are, attracts your tribe. We're going to talk about that more on Monday, but your vibe attracts your tribe, meaning that perfect client that was your first client, they have a whole group of people that are just like them, that they get to rave about you. And what happens is when you know how to coach the right way, and when you offer things in the right way, which we'll talk about on Monday and Wednesday, then now all of a sudden people start lining up to coach with you. So number 1, you got to know your number. I think we all got to our number. Number 2, I would just be doing you a disservice to not say getting certified to know how to coach the right way so that you get results 100% of the time, which creates raving fans that sell your coaching for you. Because the ultimate reason we want to do that gets us to step number 3. We've got to determine how many clients creates that jumping point. And this gets into the big kind of elephant in the room is like pricing, knowing how to price. How do I price? But basically what I want you to do is just use kind of a simple formula of your hourly wage right now. So if you're making $100K a year, okay, let's do the math. 52 weeks a year, 40 hours. So it's 2,080 hours of your life being spent towards somebody else's dream, but we'll stop there. So say you make 100,000 a year. I'm going to divide that by 2080, 2080. So you do yours. That is $48 per hour. $48 per hour. Okay. So everybody do their per hour. Now, if you're spending 60 hours, that's a lot less, but we're not going to do that. We're just based it off 40 hours. So what is your hourly rate? Now, if you're already coaching, say I'm already coaching, and tell me what rate you charge somebody for a coaching call. And we're diving in on Monday to what kind of packaging. Do I do group? What do I do? Like, how do I package this? Don't worry about that right now. In the beginning, you'll probably do one-on-ones for a little bit, and then we'll catapult you to a group inside the certification. So what is your hourly rate? Once you have your hourly rate, I want you to, okay, so Erica's 200. If you don't want to put it down, just say, I got my rate. That's okay. Say, I got my rate. Okay. So Erica, I'm going to have you use yours because this is what you're focused on and you're burn the boat. So let's do it. So if you're $200 an hour or $30 an hour or $60 an hour, doesn't matter. So just get your number per hour. Now, what I want you, do you have any clients yet, Erica? Got your rate. Awesome, Lillian. Everybody get your rate. Make sure you know your hourly rate. If you're at 0 clients right now, I need to know that. So if you're at 0, this is the formula you're going to use. So it's 49. So see how we're all over the board. Doesn't matter. Awesome. Just on a waiting list. Give me more about waiting lists. Are people waiting to work with you? Because that's cool. Just offer them. And we'll talk about that on Monday and Wednesday. You'll know how. But so $49, $28, $200 doesn't matter. If you don't have clients, if you're scared to offer it, okay, be honest, who's in here offering their coaching for free? Right, free. I know you're here. I know you have been. Right, free. I did it. Right, free. You've been coaching people. You've been giving it away. Yep, you've been giving it away. So now you're going to charge at minimum your hourly wage that you're making right now. If you're at zero, I don't know what to do right now because that's starting at zero, right? There's not much I can do there. But for you, Erica, you're saying, yes, they're waiting to work with you. So girl, what's the holdup? What's going on? Do you not know your program? Like we can talk about that a little bit more. You're in VIP, so let's deep dive into it. So where you'd want to start if you're at zero clients, the very first client you get, like for Erica, now she's already saying I'm going to be $500 or $1,000 for a program, but she's going to at least be no less than $200 an hour. So if she's at, let's say she's going to do 3 months at a weekly call, so that's 4 calls a week, then that package for that would be 4, 8, 12 calls times 200. 12 calls times 200, I should be able to do that in my head, would be a $2,400 package, which would be $800 a month, which would start leaning toward what she's trying to do. Does that make sense? Now so the key here is determine how many clients is your jumping point. Okay. So how many clients would you need to jump? So let's use the round number of, she's at 2,500 per client. Say it's $1,000 per client. So let's say if my number is 6,000, right? And if $1,000 is the value of a client, then I need 6 clients. So Lillian, you need 6 clients. If my number was, let me go up above, Erica, or you could tell me again what your number was. How many clients? Yeah, that'd be 12 clients at 200. You're at 2,400. So what's your monthly? 10? I thought you said 10K. Didn't you say 10K? That's a little over 4 clients. If you wanted to be at 10K months or over 100,000, I'd have to scroll back up to see what your break-even number was, but you're already gone. So yeah, 10K months. So that's 4.1 clients. Does that make sense? Was 120, but we got to get you back to break even. You're kind of a scenario where you've already jumped, so you just need to be continuing. Now, here's the great news. You sell your first client. Here's our pricing formula. Once you've served the first client, you now double that price. So you start to need fewer and fewer and fewer. Why? Because your expertise is growing and growing and growing. Now, those that are in the certification, because you know how to coach, you can go right out of the gate at 1,000 or more an hour. And so that's why having that step number 2 is really powerful. All right. So at this point, the 3 steps, you have the number you need to make to say sayonara, right? You know that getting certified to know how to coach the right way and having the formula to convert clients so that you start bringing in those clients. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes, more like that. And then you've determined how many clients based on where you are at hourly right now. So you don't put your brain in a panic. We just take you through doubling that over and over and over again. If you're in the certification, I would say start at 1,000. How many clients? So a lot of you, it's 9 clients. For you, Eric, it's 4.1 clients, right? How many clients you need to get back to that even, or if it's 120,000, let me do that math. And it was 2040. So that's about 6 clients. Knowing these numbers, emotions lie, numbers don't. Write that down. When you're in a launch, emotions lie. Numbers don't. When you're when you're thinking about changing over to this career, you want to know what your number is that you got to break even on. You want to know, you want to get certified so that you get to results fast for your clients, which makes them raving fans selling for you. So you multiply client load. And you need to know how many clients do I need so that when I get to 9 clients and I'm continuing to change my pricing, that I know it's safe to take the jump. Numbers don't lie. Emotions do. Numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. Yeah, absolutely. I would be, because you know how to, once you know how to coach and you have the model, then you're not basing it on where you were in the past. You're basing it on what you know now. And it's totally different. So these are the 3 steps. So in the chat, I want you to write, what is the number of clients? And if you need me to do the math for you, I will. I don't mind. But what is the number of clients you need to be able to ditch your 9 to 5? Yep. Lillian, if you're certified, then you have the model, then you have an authority that is in a different level. So I would start there. If you've, here's the crazy thing. You know how to change your pricing? I mean, this is secret super training number 2. It freaks people out changing pricing based on what that, now that's what that gets into is our internal value, and coaches do need coaches, and that's part of our certification is getting you in and getting that belief level of what you're worth up where it needs to be. But as you're going through, so Heather knows she just needs 2 clients. I love that. Lillian needs 6 clients, 500, and then up from there, because as you're doing that multiplication, right, and raising prices, I was going to say super secret training number 2 that we're not going to keep here, but you want to know how you raise your prices? I know this is crazy. You change the number. You change the number. The action of raising your prices is not hard, is it? It's I go 500, no, cross 1,000. 1,000, no, 2,000, right? So the actual, how do you change prices isn't hard. It's the, am I worth it? Do I have enough value? Do I know what I'm doing? Can I get them the results? That's why step number 2 is so powerful, because knowing that you're going to get them the results 100% of the time gives you confidence and belief on another level that you cannot even imagine. So we're going to, doors open on Monday for the certification. They're only open for a very short period of time. We're going to be talking about that as we get down there. If you know, like, I've got this plan, no, you should not start at 250. It's just a number. So you just got to, we've got to get your belief up to that level. But if you've got a knowing in your heart and that you want to become a certified coach, then I'm going to drop the link. I just don't know, Tori, if you're here or not, because I didn't tell you about this. I'm going to drop the link to apply. So the application is a phone interview application, and then you'll get an email with something to fill out. But oops, let's remove the link of the VIP. So you would, this is where you go to really get in line for the certification, start to see if it's for you, and start to apply that. But today's really is about getting you out of that 9 to 5, getting you out of that 9 to 5. So 3 steps again, know your number. Numbers don't lie. Get that certification so you know that you can create raving fans that sell for you, that multiply the efforts for you. And then number 3, determine that number of clients that you need for that jumping point. And so it will look like I'm working my 9 to 5. I'm in certification. I get my first client. Woo! Amazing. Because once you get that first one, that's why we put that training at the beginning, because we know something pretty powerful happens once you get that first client. And then you're still working at your 9 to 5, but we start the multiplication, because your raving fans start telling people about you. So that starts multiplying it. You work the Coach Launch Formula 4 steps. That starts multiplying it. So your 1 becomes 2, your 2 becomes 4. Now we've hit 6. Now we're saying that's my number. And slowly you can, depending on who you are, you can go part-time when you've gotten to half the number, or you can keep the 9 to 5 until you hit the 6, the 9, the 2, and then catapult yourself out. So it's a specific plan. And here's the thing, your brain will want to serve you, I can't do both. And I'm here to tell you, I got to 7 figures with the Coach Launch formula during my child's naps, 2 hours a day. 1.5. I'm giving him too much credit. So that formula, again, to determine how many clients are needed is just the number that you need to make divided by whatever you're going to charge. So let's say it's 1,000 if you're in the certification because you know how to coach. Then if it's 9,000 you would need 9 clients at 1,000. If it's 10,000 a month it would be 10 clients at 1,000. Now remember, once we charge 1,000 for a couple times, we're going to say it's time to raise your rate. So you're probably going to need fewer clients, but that gives you just a real safe number and something to shoot for instead of just like, we get caught up in marketing math. Can I just be real? I'm not ditching any of my marketing friends. I've got a lot of friends that are marketing and I love them, but marketing math, get to 6, get to 7. We start discounting small beginnings. If you can get to 2 clients, you can get to 6. If you can get to 6 clients, you can get to 10K. You just got to follow the steps in what we call in our internal certification, the 6-figure code. There's steps that you take, and marketing is not teaching you those things. That's why you got to be in the certification room. That makes sense. All right. Thank you, Erica, helping Erica. I love it. All right. This super secret training, just to give you the formulas around how do I leave my 9 to 5. It gives you comfort to know, okay, here's my path. I'm going to know my number that I need, which means the number of clients I'm going to need. I'm going to join certification. And then I am going to, I'm really going to work the Coach Launch formula in my time when I'm not at 9 to 5, right? Because I get it. Like, you've got what's bringing in the income right now, but in the off time, you're on the certification calls and you're doing Coach Launch formula. You get the 1 client, and you get the 2, and you get the 4. Now we're getting closer. That's the exciting moment, right? Exciting if you can really feel that. Like when you get to that midway point with clients and you're like, oh my gosh, I just need a couple more before I can pull the ripcord and say hello to the vision I've had, the dream I had of being my own business owner. And by the way, as soon as you have 1, you're a business owner. Before 1, you're a hobbyist. Once you get to 1, 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, and we show you how, right? I take a stand against broke coaches. So if you can get to 1, you can get to 2, you can get to 10K a month, you can get to 7 figures. But you got to have the right process to learn how to coach the right way. So hopefully that makes a lot of sense. Hopefully you're just a lot more clear after today. You know what bucket you fall in. You know what your niche is and what results you're going to get them. If you're in VIP, we'll deep dive into those results through like a micro niche coaching training tomorrow in VIP. So you can go to upleveltovip.com if you haven't done that yet to be in that room. And we'll be back together on Monday where we're going to move from where we are today to now how do I attract those clients to me so that I become known in my niche with the results that I'm going to get them. And I'm going to encourage you, use these days together. Basically, we're together for a week if you're in VIP. Today, tomorrow VIP, Monday, Tuesday VIP, Wednesday, Thursday VIP. We're together for a week from 12 to 1. I did it during lunchtime for the most part for most people. Not everybody. I know we're all time zones, but devote this time to you. Go ahead and do the homework. Post it in you never know. Posting your niche in your bucket in your results that somebody says, I want that result. What? I've already got my first client. So when I do these trainings, one of my favorite things is as I get you into action, what happens is that you start to own what you want to create, and then you start to speak what you want to create. And as you do that, you start to become known for what you want to create. And isn't that the key to becoming a sold out coach in this $1 billion coaching industry? The up level link doesn't seem to be working. Hang on one second. Just go to www.uplevel2vip.com. We put it in there, and then let me make sure there's not any issues. I'll check it while we're live. Hang on. Uplevel2vip.com. Just make sure it's working on my end, because you never know, some things go wrong. Nope, it's working. So I would just clear your cache. Something's really weird there. And VIP, we're going to be jumping into micro niching, getting really, really clear. So by Monday, you're ready to hit the ground running, finding your clients. And I'll see you in the Unleashed Entrepreneur Facebook group where you do your posts. We're going to be deleting this training. If this was a valuable training in a super secret way, just tell me if it was a 10 out of 10 or how this landed for you, just the clarity that comes from knowing the plan. Now you have a plan for your departure from your 9 to 5. Now you have a plan from departing from the 9 to 5, right? So if this has been service of you, helpful to you, this trainings and all the training I'm doing all week is my give back, because I do believe the next move of God is in the coaching industry. And I don't want you to be the best kept secret. I don't want you to be the one that still stays in that 9 to 5 and people never know how you can help them. I believe there are people, in fact, we're going to talk about this on Monday. Your 1% isn't transferable, meaning we know from neuroscience that we're 99% DNA identical, no matter our ethnicity or whatever. DNA identical, but our 1% don't repeat. Meaning my 1% isn't yours, yours isn't mine, all of that. Meaning there are people waiting for you to step into this coaching that will not get results unless you say yes to you. And that's why the certification exists. Because I believe that if once you know how to coach the right way, to get somebody's brain to transformation and remove the limitations that have been holding them back, once you really know what it takes to run a 6 and on to 7-figure coaching business, then the sky's the limit. And remember, you got people watching you. It's time to shift the generation. Thank you. This is awesome. I'm glad you were here for the super secret training. I'll see you tomorrow, 12 p.m. for VIP. Make sure you get in that room if you haven't already. And I'll see you on Monday for our second free live training all around the client attraction system. And I will see you inside the Unleashed Entrepreneur Facebook group. All right, bye for now. See you soon.